Greetings my dears, in love and light. I'm Nikki Sutton. How relationships are mirrors and are a catalyst for our spiritual progression, our ascension. Now, living in a world without relationships of some kind, even if it's friendships, is like living in a world without mirrors. And it's these mirrors that help us to understand who we are and present things to us in order to heal. So, for example, at the moment, one thing that me and my partner are experiencing, just sharing something with you right now, is although in many areas we feel pretty balanced, I've got to be a certain amount balanced to do this work, but I'm not saying I'm by any means perfect or 100% healed. I don't think anyone is, unless they are becoming a Buddha, of course. But between us, there's a couple of things that we have noticed at the moment that we could work upon. So one of those things that becomes apparent for me is that I have one or two safety issues, and I think this arose when I had children and significant events happened in my life where I found myself very alone and vulnerable. And a bit of anxiety is good because it prevents us from doing like crazy things. Some people love crazy things. So a bit of anxiety is good for many people. Anyway, but my partner is the complete opposite. He's quite daring and very brave, and he doesn't think twice with any of these things. Now, if I was on my own, one, I probably wouldn't do certain things, and I wouldn't know that these problems existed because I wouldn't be exposed to these experiences. So I find something in me that needs healing because of him, so it is pushing my boundaries. But if it wasn't for him and our relationship, then I wouldn't have known that there's a bit of healing there, a bit of excessive anxiety that I need to trace back to its cause, which I've been thinking about a lot. Now for him, he's learning stuff from me and our relationship, and the fact it's mirroring what's in him, bringing it to the surface and making it obvious, because it can cause little squabbles here and there. So for him, he's learning to be more understanding, as you can probably imagine. So for him, he's learning that instead of showing it up as some kind of criticism, he's understanding quite quickly that the best way to help someone is to be comforting. He's a very kind, loving and comforting person anyway, that's for sure. But with these things and this contrast between us, sort of safety and being daring, it's showing up, and what it's teaching him is to be understanding, and that helps me to be able to do more things that I would have considered a bit risky before. So through his understanding, I feel comforted, supported, loved. I can move forward and do things within my tolerances that I'm happy to do without being pushed or anything. And so he's realizing that there's always reasons why people feel the way they do. There's always reasons for the actions they take, and it's a great majority to do with our experiences from the past, experiences that have told us that, for example, certain things are safe or dangerous. And through that knowing, we can have understanding, and this is what I'm leading to. A great basis for a healthy relationship is a lot of understanding. Now that's one area where I've developed a lot, and obviously it helps me in the work I do. I realise that everyone takes actions and feels the way they do for very good reasons. There's always reasons for it, and that gets rid of any judgment. So I never judge anyone for what they do or how they feel or how they think, because it's always due to their past programming, what they've been told when they were younger, what they've taken on as beliefs, the experiences they've had that have taught them certain lessons, and that produces who they are today, with a bit of bleed through from previous lifetimes, of course. So let's take another example. Let's say there was one partner in a relationship who was a little bit protective. Now they're probably protective for good reason. Let's say they hadn't had a very supportive upbringing, they'd been alone a lot, and they feel subconsciously that they need support and love today. They're constantly wanting to prevent their partner from leaving them or something. Now there's always reasons for why they feel overprotective of the other partner, because life has taught them that they need to grab onto and hold on to the person they're with in order to be safe and validated and loved. So the other partner, through understanding, can realise where these aspects have come from in their partner. And here we see that love overrides everything, because if you truly love someone, you can have this understanding which enables you to see why someone is the way they are, and then work through it with understanding rather than resistance. Because if my partner, with what's happening with me and my safety things a little bit, it's not a big problem or anything, but if he was resisting it and saying, why do you feel like that, it's not reasonable, you're not normal or something, then that's going to create more resistance within the both of you, and you're going to manifest more. It's going to magnify, the emotions are going to magnify, and healing doesn't happen that way. So the upshot of this video is that relationships are mirrors, and we learn from each other when we otherwise wouldn't do, is that understanding is key. Everyone is the way they are for reasons. It becomes apparent, and you can heal it together, and that love overrides everything, and you can work through whatever it is with understanding. So I hope this has been helpful to you today on building strong relationships, and this can go with friends and relatives, parents. Understanding goes a long way, and I'm sending much love. So remember to click subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, to receive regular spiritual inspiration on your journey through life. Like and share also, because we're raising the mass vibration together. So go now in love and peace.